What's up, y'all? This is Ty. What's that? I don't know. I don't know what that is. Anyway, what's up, y'all? This is Ty. I'm here to review Greenleaf. This is season 4. This is the 6th episode of the season. How many episodes? Do y'all know how many episodes do they have usually in the season for Greenleaf? Is it 10 or is it 12? I don't know. But anyway, or is it 15? I don't know. But anyway, we are on episode 6, and the show is really good. So tonight's episode picked up right where we left off, with Grace letting her mother, Lady May, know that she has a son and she needs her mother to help her with it, because we know that AJ told Grace, I'm done with you. I don't want to be bothered. I can't do this. I don't want to be bothered. I don't want to deal with you. Yada, yada, yada. He doesn't want to be bothered. So, surprisingly, Lady May was very receptive to meeting her grandson AJ. She said she wants to meet him. So now Grace has to get him on the phone and let him know, listen, I told the family about you, and we need you to come on over. So Grace is calling him, telling him, listen, I told the family you need to come, because last week's episode he told Grace he was done with her. He can't do any of this. And I kind of understood where he was coming from. So she calls him, only to find out that he's in trouble. Yes, he's in trouble. Now we know he has a criminal past. He was in jail before. And now he's down at the precinct because he was arrested for robbing a pharmacy. And I'm saying to myself, oh my God, AJ, what's wrong with you, man? What's wrong with you? Your mama is this big time pastor. You come from a big time family. You don't need to do that. You don't need to. I'm like, please tell me he didn't do this. So we see him sweating, and when she comes in there, we see him tell Grace, listen, I need you to help me, and I need you to lie for me. I need you to lie and say that you were with me last night. I need you to be my alibi. So she's saying to him, um, were you really at home? Did you really not do it? And she's believing him somewhat. And he's like, I really didn't do it, but I don't have an alibi. And they're just looking for any way to pin this on somebody, just pin this on anybody. And he's like, I didn't do it. I really did not do it. So he's like, I need you to lie for me. So she's kind of torn. And I'm saying to myself, if I had a child I gave away and they came back and I really didn't know them, would I lie for them? I don't know. But then again, the fact that I'm probably the cause of all the hardships and all this, there's some guilt, maybe I would lie. I don't know. But anyway, Grace decides to lie for him and give an alibi and say that he was with her and she was with him until at least till midnight. Now the detective is not buying any of this, and he's being a little shady because he remembers Grace from the incident with her uncle. So there's always something with this family. And you can tell by the way he's like, the detective is really kind of in her face. And Grace even tells the detective, she lets the detective know that he's her son. He's like, oh, I'm sure there's some more going on with this. But he's like, you wouldn't lie now. You know there's some issues with lying to a detective, lying about a case. You can't do that now. You sure you was with him? You sure? So Grace is standing by it. She's saying yes. And she let AJ know, listen, I just lied for you. You got to tell me everything that's going on, because I just lied for you. And I'm really hoping that you did not. Please tell me that you did not rob this pharmacy. Please tell me you did not. Now, meanwhile, character that I can't stand, who I was kind of liking a little bit better in last week's episode, just a little bit. Charity is pissing me off again. When Grace was talking with Lady May about having this son, um, of course they tell Charity. And what does Charity do? Because desperate people just do desperate things. She's so desperate to get a role, to be an associate pastor or whatever at Calvary, that she's willing to sell her family out so that Phil can get her position. But I don't think that's going to happen. I think Phil is using her, and Phil is just for self. And I'm just not feeling it. So Charity lets Phil know that Grace has a secret son, And the son is by Noah, and this is why Noah came to the church. And she also mentions this is also messed up Noah's marriage. And Phil is not really that impressed at first because he's like, okay, that's great, but we got to get something on her. You're telling me he's a felon and he's a this and he's that. See, I'm very loyal, so that kind of turned me off because this is still your family, Charity, but you're selling them. Something's going to happen because she's selling out her family just to get ahead, and I think that is disgusting. Yes, I take these shows when I watch them, I really get into them. Like, wow, why would you do that? But anyway, that's a sign that it's a good show and a good writer. So Phil is like, get me some more detail. Um, Jacob runs into Charity coming out of Phil's office. He's like, are you in trouble too? And she's like, oh no. She said she makes up that lie about the whole thing about not wanting to sing that song because she's trying to see, when you're being dirty and you're being sneaky, you got to keep your lie going. You got to keep it up. So she's kind of makes this lie about she's in trouble about the music ministry, but we all know that's a lie. Now, Jacob, on the other hand, Jacob goes in there to find out that he is fired. Now, this is not good because he's being fired from 2 jobs in what, a day or something, or in the same time period, 2 jobs. He lost the position with this athlete, and now because of that, Bob Whitmore wants him out of Calvary because of that incident. And that was a really good scene between him. I'm looking at my notes here. Between Jacob and Phil. And Jacob was like, listen, this is my family church. And Phil says to him, just because you are the son of a pastor does not mean, or the son of a bishop, don't mean you got the anointing. He told the brother he ain't got the anointing. So, Jacob was like, don't make me do something I don't want to do. Jacob was ready to get street on him right there. Like, look, watch yourself. Watch yourself. So that was a really good scene. But now here we go. Jacob, you're out of a job. You lost 2 jobs. Your wife sold the land to Harmony and Hope. Your wife ran her mouth to your mother, and now y'all don't have enough money to move, so you're kind of stuck, which leads me to Jacob's wife, Clarissa, Clarissa, I'm sorry. And it leads me to her. Clarissa is desperate now because she sold the land. She found out she sold the land to people that are partners with Harmony and Hope. She goes to the guy. She tells him, I know you're a part of Harmony and Hope. What are you going to do to keep me quiet about that? What are you going to do? And then he says to her, call your husband. She said she's going to call. He said, go ahead. Then he says, something else is bothering you. So she tells him, listen, my mother-in-law is driving me crazy. I want to get out of that house. I don't have enough money. This is not enough money for me to get the house and do what I need to do. My husband lost his job, this, that, and the third. So the guy makes a proposition. He writes her a check, and then he starts flirting with Clarissa. He's like, listen, I think I can help you with some other needs, because he sees where Jacob is neglecting his wife. So he's like, I can help you with something else too. And Clarissa is like, maybe, but let the check clear first. You know what? I can't be mad at her. That's right. Make sure that check clear. So, so Clarissa goes to Jacob, lets him know she closed on the house. She tells him she scraped up some more money because she knows he's been fired. But she wants to celebrate. Yes, celebrate, because she got that check. The check done cleared. She got the money from the property, the extra money. She's like, let's go celebrate. Jacob does something I think is stupid. He gets a call from Lady May, his mother. She's telling him, come home because Charity has a son. You need to come home and meet your nephew. Listen, that's all good and dandy, but you can meet your nephew at some other time. I think that Jacob should have gone with his wife to lunch. Put that woman first, Jacob. Put that woman first. But see, Jacob, he's not really feeling Clarissa either, because you saw he was on his phone about to call homegirl from last season. I'm like, yeah, something is up with that. So Clarissa's like, listen, let's go. He's like, no, I can't. I gotta go home because my mother says that Grace has a son and I need to meet her. Listen, he's about 25 years old. You can meet him after you. Why can't you meet him after you go to lunch with your wife? Go to lunch with your wife and fix that, because she's feeling neglected. But of course, he doesn't. He decides to go on home to the Greenleafs and get into that mess instead of fixing his own mess with his wife. And what does this do? This causes Clarissa to call that guy that she sold the property to and take him up on his proposition. She's like, well, the check did clear. And I was wondering, are you free today? So now we see her all up in his arms, smooching and carrying on, doing what they do, getting it on. So she's cheating on her husband now. And cheating is wrong, but still, Jacob, you're neglecting your wife, man. You're neglecting your wife. So she's running into this man's arms, and his check's clear. So, so he's feeling a void right now. Plus, you done lost not one, but two jobs. And that's what she said to you. She said, you lost two jobs, and I'm still here. And Jacob says to her, well, where you gonna go? I'm like, damn, he popping junk. Dude, you lost two jobs. Not one, two. But you see what happened. All right. Okay, let's move on to AJ going home to meet Grandma and Grandpa and his cousins. And it started off pretty good. They were very open and welcome to see him. And then the detective pops back up. And when the detective popped back up, what did he do? The detective was grilling Grace, saying, we saw this footage where you were talking with AJ, and it looked like he was asking you to lie for him. Are you, we didn't have there's no audio, but from what it looks like, so Grace is about to let the detective have it. In walks Lady May again, and then she has to explain to Lady May what happened. And Lady May is like, okay, when AJ comes back, because, she has sent AJ to meet his cousin. When he comes back into the living room, Lady May questions AJ, and she's like, listen, you have to tell us if you did this or not, because my thing is, this might jeopardize my daughter. I don't know about you. I just met you, grandson, that's been hidden for 25 years, but you're not going to mess up my daughter, and you're not going to mess up her position in this church. So I'm like, wow. So it seems like Lady May is just worried about this church. And Grace is upset by that as well. Like, damn, this is all about the church or whatever. So AJ, instead of him answering the question, he's tap dancing around it. Did you do it or not? Did you rob the pharmacy or not? Lady May don't play. Just answer the question. So as she's asking the question, in walks Sneaky Charity. And she's like, oh, there's my nephew. She's being shady. She comes in with a balloon that says, it's a boy. The dude is 25 years old. She talking about it's a boy. She said, well, I couldn't find an it's a man thing. And I mean, you hit him for 25 years. Real shady. So then Lady May asked again, listen, you need to tell me the truth. And in walks Jacob. And of course, AJ does not really answer the question. He kind of says, but he doesn't really. I need a clear answer. That was too much tap dancing around. Did you do it or not? Lady, I'm not going to answer you. No, you need to answer the question. We need to know. Did you do it or not? Did you do it or not? I don't think he did it, but still, I think he has too much pride. He should have just said he didn't do it. So he storms out in dramatic fashion, and Grace is upset as well. And Lady May says something like, you're lying for him, and he could have did. Did you see how guilty he is? You went down here and lied to a police officer about a crime, saying that you were with him and you gave him an alibi, but he's guilty. And so Charity's sitting there like soaking it all in. Now, Grace and AJ have a conversation. AJ's like, I can't do this. I'm leaving. Grace is like, no, you don't need to leave. And then Grace is like, here, take my car. AJ threw them keys back. AJ's like, I can't deal with this family. I don't want nothing to do with this. I'm like, is he guilty or not? Because he's doing too much. Dude, if you didn't do it, just say you didn't do it. This family can help you. Now, here's the crazy part. That sneaky lowdown, conniving, no good, dirty, shisty, seeking attention, charity, runs to Phil and tells Phil everything. And she tells him, that this boy is a felon and that Grace is lying for him. And then she tells him she has it all recorded. I don't like people like that. She's real low down. Then she has the nerve to say to Phil, but make sure you do it in a way that it only gets Grace out, but it doesn't hurt my nephew. Nephew you just met that you haven't known in 25 years. Great, whatever. So, next you know, Charity and Phil are kissing and carrying on. I guess they're in love. I don't know I still think that Phil is manipulating her. But here's the funny thing. While they are doing that, Jacob is roaming the halls of Charity Church, and he hears the noise coming from Phil's office, and he sees Charity kissing on Phil. I'm like, see? God don't like ugly. Now you've been exposed. You exposed your sister, and now you've been exposed. So that was really good. So I'm looking forward to seeing what's going to happen in next week's episode. How they're going to resolve all of this. Still want to know. This is the things I want. I want Phil out. I want Harmony and Hope out. But see, this is making good drama. And I'm trying to figure out how they're going to play this out. Because it's definitely going to get exposed. Well, I'm just interested to see how it's going to get exposed with this AJ thing. And whether or not he did it. Let me know. Do you think AJ robbed that pharmacy? And also, do you think that Phil really cares for Charity? And is Charity really falling for Phil? I think she's falling for him. I think she's liking him. But I don't know. I don't trust Phil. I don't know. We'll have to find out next week. But that's it for now. Please like, comment, and subscribe. Tell me your thoughts. Thank you for watching. You have a blessed one. I am out.